Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings to all of us. We are students from University of Sumatra Utara who will explain to all of you about lexical meaning. For the next 15 minutes, my team will explain to you what does lexical meaning mean. At the end of this presentation, it is hoped that you can understand the concept of lexical meaning correctly. So, here we go. So, before we start our presentation today, let me introduce the members of our group. The first is Fila Alfia, the second is Mutiara Alda Lekson, the third is Afrahul Fadhillah Parinduri, the fourth is Lidya Arella Manalu, and the last is Wina Avrillia Handyanto.
So, lexical meaning refers to the literal dictionary definition of a word. Lexical meaning used to describe the specific definition of a word that can be found in a dictionary or other reference source. It refers to the literal denotative or objective meaning of a word as opposite to its connotative or figurative meaning. The lexical type of meaning refers to the true meaning of a linguistic form that can stand on its own without looking at the context. The lexical meaning of a word is determined by its usage as well as its etymology and morphology. Etymology refers to the history and origin of a word, while morphology refers to the structure and form of words. Both of these factors can help to shed light on the lexical meaning of a word and how it has evolved over time. The procedure of lexical meaning components as follows. Naming or labeling is using a symbol that is one word based on one's experience and knowledge. Paraphrase analyze the components of meaning in more detail by looking at their description. Definition is development of paraphrase to explain meaning in more detail. And classify refers to a class of words that class can be characterized.
I will explain about some characteristics or features of lexical meaning. One is objectivity. Lexical meaning is objective, meaning that it is not influenced by personal opinions, emotions, or cultural associations. It is based on the word's dictionary definition and is not subject to individual interpretation. The second is literalness. Lexical meaning is literal, referring to the actual, tangible meaning of a word. It is concerned with the direct or denotative meaning of a word, rather than its connotations or figurative meaning. The third is uniqueness. Each word has a unique lexical meaning that is distinct from other words. The lexical meaning of a word is what sets it apart from other words with similar or related meanings. The fourth is universality. Lexical meaning is universal, meaning that the dictionary definition of a word is the same for all speakers of that language, regardless of their background or culture. The fifth is stability. The lexical meaning of a word is relatively stable over time. While the connotations or associations of a word may change depending on the culture or context, the lexical meaning remains the same. And then the last is contextual dependence. The meaning of a word in a particular context can vary depending on the surrounding language. The lexical meaning of a word provides a general definition of the word, but its specific meaning may be influenced by the context in which it is used. In summary, lexical meaning is objective, literal, unique, universal, stable, and contextually dependent. These characteristics help to define and distinguish the lexical meaning of a word from other aspects of language such as syntax or pragmatics.
The next material is about the main models of lexical meaning. There are four. The first one is relational. This model emphasizes the relationship between words rather than their meanings. Words are analyzed based on how they relate to other words in the sum sentence of discourse. And the next is symbolic. These models views meaning as a system of symbols where words are symbols that represent concepts or ideas. Words are associated with certain meanings based on the cultural conventions and context in which they are used. And the next is conceptual. These models focuses on the mental concepts or images that words evoke in speaker's mind. Words have meanings that are based on the internal associations and experience of speakers. And the next is distributional. These models analyze the distribution of words in language, and their meanings are analyzed by the context in which they are used. Words have multiple meanings that are determined by the context in which they appear. For the next slide, there are different types of lexical meaning. Each of them reflects a different aspect or the dimension of a word meaning. Denotative meaning is the first of types of lexical meaning. Denotative meaning refers to the literal or primary meaning of a word, which are found in a dictionary. It reflects the basic, objective, and universal sense of the word. Second is thematic meaning. Thematic meaning refers to the broader conceptual domain or semantic field to which a word belongs. It reflects the relationship between a word and other words within a semantic category. And the last is semantic prosody. Semantic prosody refers to the positive or negative connotations that a word may acquire based on a particular context or collocations in which it is used. It reflects the overall tone or attitude that a word evokes. So, we can conclude that all different types of lexical meaning reflect the diverse aspects of word meaning. By understanding all of them, it can help us to deepen our comprehensions of language and its various nuances.
The last section is about the example of lexical meaning. First is denotative meaning. As we know, the previous slide has explained the meaning of denotative meaning, where denotative meaning is a true meaning, or we can say the meaning according to dictionary. For the example, a dog is an animal that has 4 legs and fur. From the first example, we know that a dog is indeed an animal that has 4 legs and fur. For the second example, a car is a motorized vehicle with 4 wheels used for transportation on land. From the example, we know that a car has 4 wheels and is used for land transportation. We move to thematic meaning. Thematic meaning refers to broader conceptual, domain, or semantic field to which a word belongs. It reflects the relationship between a word and other words within a semantic category. For example, lion, tiger, and bear are all parts of the animal kingdom. From the example, we know that the animals are big, so we can call them as one word. We move to the Indonesian example. Jeruk, mangga, dan pisang adalah buah-buahan tropis yang tumbuh di Indonesia. From the example, we know that orange, mango, and banana is a collection of tropical fruit that grows in Indonesia. We can replace any name of fruits. For example, bananas, mango, and cherries are a tropical fruit that grows in Indonesia. This sentence cannot be an example of thematic meaning because cherries are not tropical fruit that live in Indonesia. Semantic prosody. Semantic prosody focuses on the aura of the meaning of a word and another word that occurs together in a certain semantic environment. For example, the word failure has a negative connotation and can evoke feelings of disappointment or shame.
Thus are some things that this team can convey on this occasion. I apologize profusely if there are still wrong pronunciation or action that are not pleasing to all of you. With this, I close today's presentation. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.